When someone is in darkness, they look for light. When someone is cold, they look for warmth. When someone suffers, they search for peace. When someone is poor, they search for stability. This movement is natural. But there is another question most people avoid asking. Why do humans reject darkness so quickly? The moment darkness, negativity, pain, failure, loneliness, or loss appears, most people immediately distance themselves from it. They treat it like an enemy. Society teaches people to move toward light and escape darkness as quickly as possible. But without darkness, would light even be recognized? If someone lived only in daylight forever, would they understand the meaning of light? If someone never experienced silence, would they notice sound? If someone never experienced pain, would peace have meaning? Human beings often seek what they do not have while ignoring what already exists around them. A person standing on the ground rarely thinks about the ground. Only when the ground becomes unstable does attention suddenly appear. The same thing happens psychologically. People ignore peace until conflict appears, health until sickness appears, love until separation appears, balance until imbalance appears. Absence creates attention. That is why human beings continuously move toward what feels missing. But another pattern also exists. Humans often reject the side that creates contrast. Darkness becomes feared. Pain becomes unwanted. Negativity becomes something to hide. Failure becomes shameful. Instead of asking, "What role does this play?" most people only ask, "How do I escape this?" This creates a strange condition. People worship light, but fear the process that makes light recognizable. A seed grows under darkness before it reaches sunlight. A child develops inside a dark womb before entering the world. Rest happens in darkness. Healing often begins in uncomfortable places. Yet society trains people to avoid everything that feels dark. Why? Because discomfort threatens identity. People build personalities, beliefs, and systems around comfort and certainty. The moment darkness appears, fear activates automatically. Darkness is immediately connected with danger, failure, weakness, negativity. But maybe darkness is not the real problem. Maybe rejection itself creates imbalance. A person who only accepts one side of reality eventually becomes fragile. The moment life changes direction, they collapse internally because they were never prepared to face the opposite condition. Current society often teaches people to chase positivity constantly. Be positive. Think positive. Stay positive. But human experience itself is not built on one side. The body itself works through contrast, inhale and exhale, waking and sleeping, hunger and satisfaction, activity and rest. Nature does not operate through permanent light. It moves through cycles, day and night, summer and winter, growth and decay. But psychologically, many people still try to freeze reality into one preferred condition. This creates internal conflict. The more someone rejects darkness, the more fear grows around it. Then darkness becomes powerful not because it is evil, but because it is avoided. People fear loneliness. People fear silence. People fear uncertainty. People fear emotional pain. But many times, these conditions are the exact places where deeper self-awareness begins. Without silence, can someone truly hear themselves? Without loss, can someone recognize attachment? Without pressure, can someone understand their own stability? Maybe the question is not, how do we destroy darkness? Maybe the question is, why do humans reject one side of existence so completely? Light and darkness may not be enemies. They may simply be different conditions inside the same reality. But humans often divide reality into acceptable, unacceptable, wanted, unwanted. And once rejection begins, understanding stops. So people continue chasing light while remaining afraid of darkness. But if darkness disappeared completely, would light still have meaning? Follow and subscribe. The Neutral Drops.